What's up, guys? I'm feeling slightly better. I just spent the last 4 days in bed recovering from the flu, but I thought a great way to jump back into the music would be to listen to some Fleetwood Mac. And this is a track off their self-titled album from 1975. This is the album right before their brilliant album Rumours, released 2 years later. And I think that, judging by the tracks I've heard so far, this was sort of a creative high for the band. Some of the tracks on these two albums have been absolutely brilliant, especially that track, The Chain. That was amazing song. So this is a track from that period of kind of unrivaled creativity from the band. So it's going to be interesting to hear. This is a suggested track by John, who wanted me to listen to the live version actually, but I'm always going to try and check out the studio version first. So let's get into this track. Hope you guys enjoy. Okay, here we go. This is Rhiannon by Fleetwood Mac. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. And if you are new to the channel, hit subscribe. We do plenty of videos just like this, listening to, analyzing, breaking down music. Maybe leave an awesome comment. You might find yourself in the next video. Okay, here we go. So glad to hear Stevie Nicks back leading. The track that I heard first of theirs was Dreams by with Stevie Nicks, of course, leading. And I just think her voice is absolutely brilliant. I think in terms of female voices I've ever heard, she's right up there. I mean, Adele, you think of an artist like Adele, but she's right up there. I'm going to back it up right to the start again because I just want to hear that entrance. It's got a fantastic sort of bass line guitar vibe to kick things off. Let's start this thing again. Great harmonies. Great verse. She's like a cat in the dark, and then she is the darkness. She rules her life like a fine sky lark, and when the sky is starless. So she seems to be kind of building up this woman who her man is like fantasizing about, and who will be her lover. And wouldn't you love to love her? Oh, okay. It's not even necessarily her man. It's just sort of admiring this idea of this woman. Maybe what she wants to be, she thinks is the type of woman that will attract the men she wants. Something like that, right? She's like projecting on this person, or the idealistic, feminine, femme fatale kind of character. This chorus is so well written. I think what the character of Rhiannon is almost like the bad boy in like in a woman version, like a female version, right? She's taken by the wind, meaning like she's here and then she's gone. And would you stay if she promised you heaven? It's like, you know, the flip side of being played by a guy. I think that's what this is, right? But this time the girl is in power, and it seems like she's making up this character, especially in the verse 2, of this girl who is in power. She rules her life like a fine skylark, and when the sky is starless. Great poetry in that. I like it, especially the chorus too. Some great keys in this as well in the back. Oh no, they're doing the fade out. I mean, if you guys aren't new to the channel, you know what I'm about to say. That's my pet peeve right there. The fade out, the rock fade out. I hate it, man. I want to hear what they're saying. Like, that sounds like a fantastic part of the song. The guitars are going off. A new lyric is introduced. Sounds great. Regardless of that, I think this is a great song. One of the main reasons is, I've said this before when Stevie Nicks, and just about Fleetwood Mac in general, is that because they've got, you know, female musicians in their tracks, it's interesting. It's super interesting because you hear, you know, the Led Zeppelins, the Rolling Stones, it's coming from a male point of view. The writing is more interesting. The themes will be different, and it's always, you know, nice to switch things up. Again, this is a story that I guess only a girl can tell, because it's about, I guess, creating this character. Maybe that the orator will want to wear one day this costume of this woman who's in charge. She can't get her feelings hurt because she hurts other people's feelings. She's the one who runs away. You had the idea of a bird, sky like a bird in flight, and then you had the idea of the skylark. So, you know, she's here 1 second, then she's gone. And then taken by the wind, you know. I like the way that the theme was kept up, certainly, with the bird theme flying away. Cool track, man. Again, the bass line and guitar stuff that started early on kind of continued throughout. But I will say, in terms of musically, I felt like this is maybe a little bit on the weaker side in the songs that I've heard so far. I think I've heard like 5 or 6, 7 tracks of theirs. I think this track would be fantastic live. I think that's probably why John wanted me to listen to it live, because there's so much to build upon. But it was just a little bit bare bones. It was a little bit bare bones, especially when thinking about Fleetwood Mac music, because it's so musically rich. There's so much going on. But all the basis of what makes a great Fleetwood Mac track is there, and I think essentially they build upon this to make Rumors, right? I think the album after Rumors is Tusk. I wonder what you guys will say about Tusk. Was Tusk another great album? What other great albums of theirs come after this one? Was this like the base point before they blew up and made great albums after? Yeah, lastly, I just want to say that yeah, I think one of the reasons though what makes them so good is you have like equal talented musicians, like all of them together. Now I'm gonna forget some of the names, but you have Lindsay Buckingham or Cunningham or something like that, Stevie Nicks, you have the other female voice, they're all playing instruments, they're all singing with each other, they're all adding all these different elements. So then even within the band's music, there's Stevie Nicks will be the front man, you'll have a male singer be the front man, you have a guitar heavy track, you'll have a bass line track. It's fantastic, they can switch things up, and I think that's the richness in their music because they've got such good musical talent behind them. Cool song, man. I enjoyed it, and hopefully I'll be back with a live performance for this track too, so you guys can look forward to that.